Today we're in Porterville, California, and we are hoping to find some really nice quality vintage items for a good price. And it is 97 degrees out here, but it feels hotter. So let's go in and see what we can find. This very cute butter dish was made in Japan. It was vintage, mid-century modern, and I considered it, but on better inspection, I found that it was very crazed and the rooster had been broken and glued back on. These dishes were very heavy, and I was hoping I had finally found some fire and ice. They were selling very inexpensively, and I'm just not sure that I have learned yet how to identify it. Please let me know if you have learned how to identify it, because it's so confusing. I thought this Snoopy tray was adorable, but sadly it was melamine. I tried not to pick up melamine because it just doesn't sell for me. I was curious about this little figurine. It wasn't particularly well made. It was vintage, made in Taiwan, possibly Flambro or Homeco, possibly Artco, and the like. This was a souvenir plate from München, Germany. It's a Bavarian plate, but they don't sell for very much. These were brightly colored Easter egg holders. They sell for about $12 online, but these were personalized on the back. I brought out my blacklight just to see if they had accidentally missed some glowy glass, but no luck. Please make sure to like and subscribe. There is no cost to you for subscribing, but it does help out my channel. These interesting glass pieces were green bubble glass tea light candle holders. They're by Southern Living at Home. This was a very nice big piece of vintage Maurice of California pottery, and it was a soup tureen number 194. Sadly, it was missing the ladle, and it had a nice big brand new chip on it. They don't sell for very much though. This pretty bowl is the Winter Dreams pattern by Mikasa. Prices vary on this one, but I haven't seen any recent solds. I was considering these measuring spoons to put in my mom's house, but then I realized that the enamel was chipping off, so I passed. Considered this cast iron pan for resale, but it wasn't made by Lodge, so I passed on that one too. I was so tempted by this 1920s dresser. I can't tell you. I loved the lines. It was so damaged though, and I just don't have the time to undertake the restoration project, but it was a fantastic price at $6.99. I really liked this large foldable ironing board. It even had a sleeve board. and it was wide, and I kind of regret leaving that. We're at the Salvation Army in Porterville, and it's just down the road from Goodwill. So we're going to try and see if there's anything good here. So let's go in and find out. I never miss a chance to buy these mole jars because they always sell for me. It's crazy, but they do. There were 2 of these Ritzenhoff Iris Coleman Pilsners, and this one was so fragile that the moment I put it in my cart, it broke. I just didn't feel comfortable getting the other one, but they do sell for $25 a piece. These appear to be Colony Danube stemware, and they sell for about $10 to $15 a piece. I thought they were beautiful. Sadly, there were only 3. I think if there had been 4, I would have gotten all 4. I was hoping these bowls were Robinson Ramsbottom. I knew they weren't, but I had to check anyway. These were Chinese reproductions. This was a really bad imitation of the Brown Bag Cookie Company cookie mold. These cobalt blue bottles are Avon, and they do sell for between $7 and $15 a piece. I fell in love with these 2 apple bakers. They're handmade, and I thought they were beautiful, and they were only $1 a piece. I really like these Pfaltzgraff cookie jars. I see them frequently, but I should have bought this one, don't you think? I think what threw me off is that whoever had it used it to store their dog or cat food, but it's definitely a clever idea. That's something you could do with some of your vintage items that you don't necessarily use all the time. This was adorable. I think it was a planter pot, perhaps, but someone was very talented. Hef made this. This was a party light, stony house, new in the box, but it was missing the top part of the lighthouse, the actual light part. Intact, it sells between $10 and $30. This charming little lily pad, little votive holder by Blue Sky Claywork was too adorable to pass up, and one recently sold for $32. This poor conch shell was so cool. It was very broken, but if you have a nautical themed home, this would be perfect for it, even broken. We had to make a trip to Hanford, California for a doctor's visit, so we decided to stop off at the Goodwill. I'm looking forward to seeing what I can find. These were sweet and simple permastone stoneware dishes made in Japan. This was a beautiful art glass tray. I should have bought it actually, but I do have several pieces in my inventory, so I decided to pass on it. Second guessing my decision though. I knew this was a Metlock's California pottery, and I've seen this design before, and I think it's lovely. The knob had been broken off and glued back on, so and the plate was chipped actually, so I decided to pass on them. These were very cool. I'd never seen these iridescent ice cream sundae glasses before. I was really tempted to buy them. There were only 2 of them, and I have a little bit of a larger family. They had so many of these very plain vintage amber glasses. Where was this months ago when I was searching high and low for the exact bundt pan? This one was even Nordic wear, and that's exactly what I was looking for. Sadly, this one was a bit damaged, so I decided to pass on it. This was a very pretty vintage Otagiri espresso cup. Sadly, there was only one of them. Darn it. This was a really cool souvenir surfboard of the Hawaiian Islands. It was a little bit beat up though, so I had to leave it. I'm trying to help my mom organize her house, so yes, I bought all of these rope baskets. This one was stained, but you know what? I put it in the washing machine and it cleaned up beautifully. Look at this! It was a lot more of the Metlock's Vernonware Vineyard dishes. The little Disney tray came with magnetic wood dress-up dolls. I wish they'd been there too. This was a glass whiskey decanter in the shape of a globe with a glass ship on the inside, and it came with 2 glasses, but one was missing. We're at a new thrift store to us. We've never been here before, but we thought we're in Hanford. Why not go? And it's literally shaped like a castle. It's called Castle Thrift Store. So let's go in and see if we can get lucky and find a prince. They're making the most of this place. It's a thrift store and a health food store. And I'm wondering if there's even more businesses in there. I don't know. They have a lot of creamers, pitchers, and teapots, but none stand out at me that are exceptional yet. This was a very cute kitty dish by Ray Dunn, and I love the blue interior, but it was priced at $5.50, and I don't have a kitty anymore. I thought this looked a little like Fiesta ware, but it wasn't. I checked these dishes too, but they weren't. I believe this beautiful bean pot was by Watt Pottery. Recent solds show that they've sold from $3 to $19. The store had theirs priced at $19.50, as is. The next one is a Marcrest casserole dish, also made in the US. The store also wanted $19.50 for that one too, which is right at or over retail. This is a Fred Roberts made in Japan soup tureen. It was vintage and very, very crazed. This beauty is Watt Pottery, and it's a large ice bucket from the early 1950s. And here's another Marcrest casserole dish. They were asking $30 for the Temptations Old World casserole dish. This building is huge. They even had an upstairs section that was closed off, but I was dying to go upstairs. This Colonel Sanders bottle was so fun. It's a liquor bottle that's now empty and doesn't have its lid, which is a black hat for those of you that don't know. This little patchwork dog planter was adorable. It's made in Japan for Lefton by Camille Nadeau, and one was recently sold for $15, and it is vintage. It was adorable. I actually have an apple like this clear apple that's sitting here, except mine is Empoli, and this one says Taiwan. The red one with the gold stem is $6, and the other red one is $5.50. They're both made of stone, but I don't like the ones with the plastic stem. It just looks a little cheaper to me. These pink and white cups and saucers are relatively new. They're really cute, by a company called Suisse. This is where I found the really cool stuff. I like the milk glass hen on a nest. The store wanted $39.50 for the milk glass hen on a nest. Holy smokes! They were selling this beautiful light blue depression Indiana glass butter dish. Today they were having a half price sale, so it was $29.75. They had very pretty things in the case, but their prices were definitely high for resale. We're back home now, and the first thing I got was this. I had to get it. It was the first thing I saw, and I know it's silly, but I can't pass these up because every single one of the ones that I have purchased, I've sold. I can't keep them on the shelves. What these are little jars that contain mole on the inside. It's a mole paste. It's like a Mexican curry, and it's so delicious, but the paste is in here, and then you combine it with some chicken broth, etc. And I do have a recipe for it, so make sure you check that out because it's so delicious. And oh, My husband just brought me one of these. This is what they normally come in. This is the plain mole jar. And this one does not have a motif on it, I don't believe. I think it's just plain. But we always try and look for the ones that do have the motifs, because some have the Marias, and this is the one where it has the ones from the different states of Mexico. This is from Michoacan, but they do have the different ladies from different regions of Mexico, and they are so adorable. I love getting these. Some are the Loteria little characters, and then others are the Lucha Libre characters. So if you can find these, I recommend that you buy them, because they do sell. People buy them. They think they're adorable, just like I do, and you can make a nice profit. I got this one for $1. The next thing we found were these. My husband actually found them for me. They were hiding on a top wall, and I didn't even notice them. But I use these all the time. I actually get the bamboo ones, but unfortunately one of them broke on me. So I needed more, and my husband found these. I got them for $1.99. You can't beat it. So that was a nice find. The next thing I found were these two beautiful apple bakers, and they are handmade stoneware, and by this person called Carol, I believe, or Carrie L, but I think it's Carol. And it comes with this, she signed it with this really cute design on the bottom. Let me see if the other one's easier for me. Yeah, here it is. Kind of looks like mountains or waves, and it's in 1995. So they are vintage. They're really beautifully made. I have not been able to find this maker, but I think they're gorgeous. Look at that. It really detailed, speckled, and those beautiful blue flowers. I love them. They're really cool, and I'd never seen this type of baker before, apple baker, with this design. So I thought they were beautiful, and I got them, and I did get them for $1 a piece. The next thing I found was this, and it's just adorable. Look at that. Lily pad in. I love the dragonflies. See the little dragonflies and these flowers. I think they're lilies and water lilies. Now it came smushed with this in there, and I thought, I wonder, I tried prying it off with my hands, with my fingers at the store, and couldn't do it, but I knew exactly what to do. I popped it in the refrigerator and forgot about it for maybe 2 or 3 hours. And then I came with my knife and to try and pry it off, and it came off, like it just popped off. So that's a really good trick. If you ever have that issue with your candles and you need to get candle wax off, just pop it in the refrigerator for maybe 2 or 3 hours, and it will come right off without a problem. So, and I got this one actually for, it's gonna pop off, but $5.99, and I got a 25% discount. I used my 25% discount that I did get from Salvation Army, and if you sign up, they send you the coupon every month, and you can use it once a day, every day of the month. So it's a really good deal. And that was it. And that was all we found this day while out shopping. You know, sometimes you find a whole bunch of items, and then sometimes you just find a few, but they're really good quality. I have seen this selling actual solds for $35. So that's a nice profit. Look at that, so cute. I forgot to tell you that this is by Blue Sky Clay Works. And I'm kind of glad that I forgot to tell you about that, because you can see how beautiful it is. I already washed it, and look at how well that cleaned up. It's beautiful. So get out there and have fun thrifting. If you like the video you saw, click on this one next.